I'm Sean. Now we're going to be assembling a base cabinet from Art of Craft. These are a little bit more involved than the wall cabinets, but they're still not very difficult. There are a few more tools involved on this one. So just as the last one, we've got a knife to get the box open, screwdriver, and drill are all the same. This time you'll want a mallet to put the drawers together, a pin nailer or glue, either one. I like to use both, but this will be for the drawers to hold the dovetails together so that the drawers are nice and solid for a long time. So let's go ahead and start unpacking these. Keep all the cardboard boxes now to set your parts on that are finished, because we don't want any of those to get ruined during the process. So just like the wall cabinets, these are all packaged very nicely. Make sure you pull everything away before you run a knife near it. Here we have quite a few parts. We've got a base of a drawer. We've got sides and back of the drawer. Actually, let's set all the drawer parts right close here. You'll notice on this is a base 24. So it's got two doors. Anything that has two doors, the doors will already be attached to the cabinet. If it's a single door, the door won't be attached. That allows you to attach either the left or the right, depending on the needs of your kitchen. Careful with these parts. These are your drawer faces. So these are all finished, nice, ready to go. So we'll set them out of the way. On this, we have two pink bags. Both are big parts, and I'll describe what they're used for as we get to assembly. We've got a nice big box of drawer rails. We have the back of our cabinet that, once again, 5/8 inch thick, all the way down, so you can screw wherever you need to mount this to the wall. Oops. Just like the wall cabinets, these come with corner pieces of cardboard, which will be protecting the corners of your cabinets. Your cabinet won't show up dinged through transportation, whether it's to the showroom or to the from the sales or to your home. We have another drawer piece. Here we have the shelf. The shelf, once again, is finished on all sides, so it can be placed in any way you want. 3/4 of an inch thick on these, so they're nice and strong and sturdy. This is the base of your cabinet. It's finished both sides, so it doesn't matter which one's up or down. And you've got your male section of your cam locks that will attach to the face frame. Here's a part that's a little different on a cabinet. This is your toe kick. The walls don't have this. This will go underneath when we're finished. Here's one of the sides of the cabinet. You'll have two of these. They have the very small holes, once again, just like the wall cabinets do, so that you don't see the holes too much when you open the cabinet. You've got your cam locks here, which are going to be the same color close to your cabinet, so that they're very hard to see once it's full, once the cabinet's built. And there is your other side of the cabinet. Once again, small holes, cabinet cam locks for the face frame, cam locks for the back of the cabinet. As you can see, as I was unwrapping everything, each layer is held by a different piece of paper or foam to make sure nothing gets damaged during shipment. I like to open up the drawers now, or the slides now, because you will need parts of these while you're assembling the cabinet. If you set these down somewhere, you'll be running for them later. So let's go over what's inside here and what you'll need quickly. You have the two rails, soft close. These are nice heavy duty. You've got the slides that go in the back of the cabinet. These actually can adjust. And once you've got the drawer face all aligned with the cabinet, you can screw this down to lock it in place. A lot of the lesser quality cabinets don't have that screw, and your drawers will keep getting out of alignment. Couple sets of screws. These are the ones we'll need during assembly, but I'll go over that as we get to there. And then we've got the clips that go underneath that attach the drawer to the rails. So while assembling cabinets, I always take one of the pieces of the cardboard box, set it with the brown side up in case any rocks or pieces of debris have caught here. We don't want to ruin any of the cabinets. So to assemble, I put the box down. We're going to start with, on a drawer, the back piece. It's got two big holes here. Those are for our guides for the rails. Those slide in to here. There will be the bag of screws that came with it. These are the bigger screws, not the smaller ones. So we're going to use the bigger screws that came with it. And that requires 4 screws, 2 in each one at the top. We don't want to tighten this middle screw yet. We want to wait until the cabinets are adjusted to get those in. So that gets the back panel ready for assembly. I always like starting with a side cabinet, or the side of the cabinet, so that I don't have to keep picking the cabinet up, moving it, and it keeps pretty stable while we're assembling. So here we just line up the male with the female part of the cam locks, push it in, give it a twist to the right. These only turn one direction to lock. Turn it till it stops. At this point, that's locked in. Then I take the bottom piece, which is finished both sides, so it doesn't matter which one's up and which one's down. Face the male pieces forward. Slide that into the groove, and that should stay there, as long as we don't have a big earthquake. Then, take the other side, place that on top, line up with the cam locks, and once again, twist the cam locks shut. Only go one direction. Then squeeze the cabinet just a little bit so it doesn't fall apart as you're lifting it up. Roll it onto its back. We take the face frame with the doors attached, and we line it up, drop it into place, make sure everything's on. Sometimes you need to give it a little tap to fall into place. Make sure everything is lined up tight. And there would be some cam locks underneath here. This is why you always want to put the face frame on before your toe kick. If you have the toe kick on, you can't get a screwdriver in to lock these ones into place. So face frame. We'll lock these in real quick. Now to find them, I run my finger underneath. You can't see that. I run my finger underneath till I feel it, and then I can put my screwdriver in and give it a twist. The other option is to climb in there so you can see it. I always get stuck. Other side. I know you can't see this one, but it's the exact same as the one we just did. So get all 6 cam locks tightened up good. That's set. Now we're ready for the toe kick. So the toe kick will go on. Now sometimes if you've got a very unlevel home, leave the toe kick off. That way you can get a lot of shims underneath where you need to, and when you're all done, when you put the toe kick on at the end, you won't be able to lock the cam locks, but you can hit it with an 18 gauge nail, brad nail, nail it on, and it's just as good. So sometimes that's easier, sometimes it's easier to do it this way. So this has 4 cam locks underneath it. I'm going to cheat. Much easier. Once that's on, your last thing to do is tip it up. I'll turn it towards you guys. We've got a few screws down here, and that's to hold the base of the cabinet in. Inside your package, when we unpacked the pink bags, these will contain all your screws and accessories. So for this, on the bottom one, we're going to use the bigger of the gold screws, which are A's. There's also some smaller screws, which are B's. Those get used for the drawers and the rails. So the big ones here will be the ones that are used. Oh, there's one last step. Sorry guys, trying to reach around this so you guys can see. So, and then the one last step on these is to add the corner pieces to keep everything nice and square and at 90 degrees. So for this, should I move the cabinet down? So here we are assembling. On the front of the back of the face frame, you'll see 2 little holes. That's where your starter screw goes into. So put a screw in, put on your gun, screw that one into place. Then take your other screw, it's always easier to start the screw in first. Line it up with the hole. Hold that up so it doesn't spin and hit you. Now on the back there are no pre-drilled holes, so it's just press the corner piece in till it's tight and then screw it in from there. One last one. It's easier if you once again put the screw in first. And that holds it nice and square for you. We're going to be placing the rails in. This flat part is going to go against the side of the cabinet, so the right and the left are different. This notch here is an inch longer than a standard one that you would buy from the store. This gives it more strength because this is now within about an inch of the cabinet, so it's not hanging out as far and it doesn't have as much bow, where the other ones are an inch farther away. So we slide this in carefully, trying not to damage the cabinet. It fits on underneath. I don't know if we can zoom in, but there's a notch in here that this will go into. So that will go in. You push this back then until it's just beyond the face frame. Take one of your small B screws again. There's a pre-drilled hole that will fit into, and you screw both of them down. We'll adjust these once we've got the drawer built, and then we'll tighten up this so it's not moving around too much. Everything will be aligned. And that's it on building the base cabinet so far. Next, we'll get to the drawer.